Hey guys, I'm back with part 4 for this tutorial on how to build this traditional house. Here in this one, I'm going to be showing you how to do the entire interior layout for the house. I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using, so pretty much all of the floors, the walls, and the ceilings. So I'm just going to scroll through them all, there is quite a few, and you'll be able to see which ones you're going to need to grab. The first thing I'm going to do is just grab some sea lanterns and just light it up in here a little bit so that we can see. I'm going to now grab the white concrete, the chiseled quartz, the smooth quartz stairs, and then the andesite, the stone bricks, and the diorite. And I'm going to head on into the garage, and this will be the room that we're going to start in. So make sure to have your white concrete. I'll look at the wall where the garage door is first. And I just want to place a block of white concrete down there at the bottom and right there. So we're just going to start marking out the walls. I will continue on this side and push this back until we meet up with that wall. So just all the way along like that. And then we're going to extend this out until we line up with that white concrete there. So it should be like that. And then we're going to pretty much just bring this in towards that block. You just want to make sure to leave the space empty for where this doorway is. So we just left these two spaces. But now we have the overall shape here for the garage. This is how big it's going to be. Now, on top of all that white concrete, I'm going to add another layer. And then you can switch to your chiseled quartz block. Have a layer on top of this white concrete. Now switch back to your white concrete, and on top of that chiseled quartz, you just want to continue working your way up and add an additional 5 layers. So it'll be like that. So I'm just going to go all the way around, continue bringing that up. When you're above the garage door, all we're just going to do is add the 2 additional layers right here. And then just continue working your way around. Make sure to go around all of the windows. So it'll be like that. Alright, so I'm just going to continue going all the way around. So it should be looking like this so far. Now there's a few little extra features I want to add, so I'll look at these windows, make sure you have your smooth quartz stairs, and a little stuff that I just like to do is just have some quartz stairs facing up, below the window, and then upside down above it. Just adds a little bit extra to it. So I'll do the same here. And then let's look at the doorway right here from the front. And I just want to make sure to have the pillar quartz block. I'll swap out the stripped dark oak wood. And then also grab the stone button. I'll just swap out that brown terracotta. And I just want to add a door frame right here. So make sure to have your pillar quartz block. We're going to bring up 3 on each side. And then right here in the corner, we just want to make sure to have a corner one. And then 2 sideways ones to connect it all together. To cover up those corner blocks, we're going to have a stone button on each side. And now on this side, we're going to have the doorway leading into the actual house. So switch back to your pillar quartz block. And I just want to go right up against the wall here. Bring this up by 5. And then work your way towards the right, so pretty much towards that doorway. Bring it over by an extra 3. So you should have a 5 by 4 block hole right here. So on each side, we're just going to have the pillar quartz blocks going up 4. The 5th block will be the corner block. So what I'm actually going to do is just bring it all the way up. We'll have the 2 sideways ones in the middle. And then I'll go on this side and I just want to double up the wall. So we're going to add another layer right here, just 4 going straight up. And then the 5th one will be the corner. And then we have the 2 sideways ones. And then we can now go on this side and fix these corner ones. So you should see the inside of the pillar quartz. Now switch to your stone button, cover up each of those corners. And now we have this doorway marked out. Now let's switch out these floors. So we have all of this grass here still. So I'm just gonna pretty much delete all of the grass that I see starting right here. And we could just stop it right here. For this part within the doorway, there's actually, you know what, I'll just do it now. We're going to have 2 dark oak wood stairs, because the main level of the house is a step up. So this right here, we're just not even going to be worrying about deleting this grass. It's just going to be completely covered up with the floors. As you can see right here, this is the layer it's going to be at. As for the garage, we want it to be on the main level for the outside. So we're going to be cutting all this out. But we will have a step up right here. So now you should be able to see all of the other grass we're going to continue removing. So now I have all of that removed, and I'm just going to do the same thing that we did out here. So I ended up completely filling it in with the stone brick first, and then I went back and cut out random holes for the diorite and the andesite. So that's been shown already, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you guys after it's done. So now I have all of the floors here for the garage. Now I'm going to start filling in the ceilings. There is one thing we have to adjust, and that is just this little bit here. We could just delete this layer all the way at the bottom, just so it's out of the way. It's not going to affect anything. This literally doesn't even need to be here. I just brought that down so it made it easier to do the exterior. But we could just go ahead and remove that first layer because we can now switch to the light gray concrete, and we're going to fill in our ceiling. So it's just going to be 1 block higher than the white concrete here for the walls that we have. So right here on this layer, you can just fill it in entirely with the light gray concrete. So it should be like this. Now you can switch to your smooth quartz stairs, and I'm going to place these upside down along the top edge so it looks like crown molding. So this is what the garage is looking like so far. Now here in the ceiling where the garage door is, I'm going to make a rail right here that the garage door would normally go up and along when you open it in real life. So make sure you have the full blocks of the smooth quartz, the stairs, and the slabs. So make sure you have the full blocks. We're going to go right down the middle, delete this stair here where the crown molding is, have the full block. And then you could grab the smooth quartz stair, have one right there upside down. And then I'll have 2 slabs, a full block, a stair, and a slab. So a little something like that. Now make sure you have the stair. I'm just going to have one upside down like that. And then I'll have slabs going right along here until we leave 1 space remaining. So this one's 1 block further at the top. Now you could grab the iron trapdoors. I'm going to go right underneath all of this and just add 6 trapdoors. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now the garage door would be able to go right along this, and it looks like a little rail system. Now the final thing we're going to do here in the garage are the lights. So make sure you have the sea lanterns. We're going to continue with the iron trapdoors. I'll start in the ceiling. Maybe have a sea lantern there, and in this corner. And same with this side, and then we'll cover them all up with the iron trapdoor. And then we're also going to have some lights in the floor. So I'll look at this wall, and I'll have maybe one right around here. So I'll dig out that first block, and then the second block there where the dirt is. I'll fill in this space with the sea lantern. Make sure to have the white concrete, so I'll just swap out the andesite. You can replace that dirt block, like that. And then at the same layer as the floors, you want to have an iron trapdoor. So make sure it's not above like that, but it's at the same layer so it looks nicer. And then we'll have another light right here. So delete this block, the dirt, replace it with a sea lantern, replace this with white concrete, and have the trapdoor. I'll look at this wall, I'll have one right down the middle, so right here. And then I'll look at this side and maybe just have one right here in the middle of the doors. And then we could just delete that one. And now this garage is lit up enough. We have all the walls, the floors, and the ceilings filled in. So it is now done. I'm gonna leave it just as it is. So now let's head on to the actual house itself. So I'm going to start by marking out where the living room area is going to be first. So make sure you have the stripped dark oak wood, the smooth quartz blocks, the green concrete, the green terracotta, dark oak wood planks, and the dark oak wood stairs. One thing that I actually forgot, we're not going to have this as pillar quartz for this doorway for like this half. It's going to be the stripped dark oak wood. So you could go ahead and just replace all of this. I'll bring up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 layers of the stripped dark oak wood like that. And then we'll have 2 sideways ones in the middle at the top. And that's all there is to it. So this half is wood, and this half is still the pillar quartz. So that was just a quick adjustment we needed to make. Now let's start marking out where this living room is going to be. We're going to start out with the dark oak wood planks, and we're going to be filling in our floors. So make sure you're lined up here at the right side of this doorway. We'll go all the way down at the bottom, and we're going to work our way towards the right by 7. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we just have that right there. And then when we look at this doorway, we want to make sure we're at the left of it, lined up with this space. We want to just place 2 more. So we're starting to mark out the floors. So we'll bring this all the way along towards that side. And we could just connect it together to right there. So we'll bring this along, fill these spaces in, and now you should be able to see where the living room is going to be marked out. So it's going to be all of this space right here. So what we'll do is bring this out until it's lined up with that side. Like that. And now we could connect that together and fill in all of the space here with dark oak wood planks. So we're going to connect this. And now we have kind of like a rectangular shape right here for the living room. Let me be sure to move the sea lanterns out of the way. Now we have all of the floors here marked out for this living room. One quick thing I do want to do, make sure you have your dark oak planks again. And I just want to extend this little bit out right here so it's lined up at the edge of the doorway. So it's just right next to it. And then we'll get rid of that sea lantern right there. So just make sure the edge of the floors here are lined up with this doorway. Now, switch back to your stripped dark oak wood. We'll look here at the front door and we're going to add the door frame. So we'll place 4 going straight up and down on each side. And then the 2 sideways ones at the top. So it should be like that. And now I'm going to go all the way around and start marking out the walls here for the living room. So you just want to make sure to place 2 layers of the stripped dark oak wood facing straight up and down, going all the way along the edge of the floors. So that'll shape out where this living room is going to be. So just 2 layers straight up and down right here, going all the way around. Once you meet up with these windows, you just want to place 1 like that. You don't want to accidentally cover them up, you just want to leave all of the space where you see the glass empty. So it'll be like that. Now on top of all of that wood, you can switch to your smooth quartz blocks and just place 1 layer. So it should now be like this. Now for the rest of the walls, we're going to be going back and forth with a pattern between the green concrete and green terracotta. So I'll just start with either one, it doesn't really matter. The only thing we want to do is just make sure to leave the corners empty. That way the pattern stays the exact way that it should be. We don't want any of the colors side by side. So I'll start right here next to the front door. And we want to make sure just to add an additional 4 layers. So I have the green terracotta first. So just 4 layers going up like that. Now, let's switch to the green concrete. We'll have another 4 right next to it. And then we want to make sure to go right above this window. So we'll switch back to the green terracotta. We just have 3. Back to the concrete. Have another 4. So you just want to keep doing this pattern back and forth. And just go all the way around. You just want to make sure to leave the corners empty. And I'll show you why once I get over there. So let me continue bringing this along. So once we meet up with this corner, you can see we have the green concrete here. If we were to then have green terracotta and then back to the green concrete, you can see how these are both side by side. We do not want that. So what we actually want to do, what the best thing would be, is just to leave the corners empty. So we have the green concrete here. Now let's just go directly to the terracotta, just skip right over that corner. So now these 2 colors should be next to each other like that. So I'm going to keep doing this pattern until I go all the way around and just make sure to skip over all the other corners. So that one there, that one, and that one. So I went all the way around and it all worked out perfectly. There's no 2 color that's side by side. It's just the terracotta, green concrete, terracotta, green concrete. Now let's start marking out all the other doorways. So we have a small doorway here leading into this half bathroom. We have a doorway here leading into the kitchen and a doorway here leading into the dining room. I'm going to start by marking out the doorway for the bathroom right here. So we're right next to the garage. We're going to be right up against the wall. We already actually have the stripped dark oak wood here for the doorway that we're going to have. So we just want to go ahead and delete these 2 other spaces. And then we'll go right down the middle. We'll delete 4. And then right here, another 2. And then we'll just add 2 additional layers of the stripped dark oak wood on each side. And then 1 sideways one down the middle. So now we have this bathroom door marked out. I'll look over here, and I'm going to mark out the dining room door. So you just want to leave 1 space here at this right side. So we're starting out of the 2nd space. Start right here, delete those 2 blocks. And then at the left, you just want to make sure to skip over these 2 spaces. So we're right here. You could delete those 2 blocks. And then delete all of this other space right down the middle. We'll have 2 layers of the stripped dark oak wood on each side. And then 2 sideways ones. So now we have the doorway here for the dining room marked out. And then let's look back over here near the bathroom door. We want to leave 1 space next to it on this wall. So you're starting out of the 2nd space. You just want to delete 3 layers right here. We'll just go ahead and have the wood now. And then go to the right of it, starting here. We'll just go at the bottom, carve out 5. You can bring it up to the same height as that wood that we just brought up. And now go right here, remove these 3 spaces, have it as the stripped dark oak wood again. And then at the top, you can just have 5 sideways ones to connect it all together. And then I'll have dark oak wood stairs in each corner, so it adds a little arch to this doorway. So that is the kitchen doorway, we have the bathroom doorway, this will be the garage, we have the entrance to the house, and then this is a dining room. We are also going to have the staircase going up right here to the 2nd floor. But first, we'll head on into the kitchen area, and we'll start filling in these floors and bringing up these walls next. So here for the kitchen, make sure you have the black concrete, the white concrete, light gray concrete, chiseled quartz block, red concrete, stripped dark oak wood, and the dark oak wood stairs. So let's start by marking out the floors first. We're going to be using the black concrete and the white concrete, and we're just going to have a checkered pattern. So I'll go over here maybe in this corner, and on every other block, I'm going to have white concrete, so we'll skip over. We'll bring it over until we're just right here on the edge of this wall. And then for every other space, we'll fill it in with black concrete. And then where you see the white concrete, you just want to line up with that and place black concrete. And then where you see the black concrete, you just want to place white. So you just want to keep doing that pattern back and forth until you bring it all the way over to that side. So when you look at this wall, just keep in mind you could actually kind of see we have a total of 6 blocks right here. So it meets up with that corner and that corner. So we just have this little corner space here with 6 extra. Okay? So I'm going to continue doing this pattern. And you know what? Let me actually just move these sea lanterns out of the way. Okay, so that should be good. We can still see and they're out of the way. So now I'm just going to continue doing this pattern until we have all of this here filled in. So now we have all of the floors here for the kitchen. Now, make sure you have your stripped dark oak wood. We'll look here at this doorway where the living room is, and we just want to add an additional layer. So we'll go up on each side, bring it straight up and down by 5. And then we'll have 5 sideways ones right here at the top. And then you just want to bring in these stairs by an extra layer like that. And then let's look at the doorway here at the back side. Let me just move the sea lantern out of the way. And we'll have 4 stripped dark oak wood going straight up and down on each side, and then the 2 sideways in the middle. So now we have the back door frame, and then all of this marked out. So now let's go ahead and mark out the actual walls here for this kitchen. So make sure you have the light gray concrete. I'll just start over here at the left of our big doorway here. And I just want to add 1 layer of light gray concrete down here at the bottom just to mark out where these walls are actually going to be. So that's looking good. We'll continue extending this all the way to that wall, so just straight along. And then we'll just continue following along up until there. So it should be lined up with the doorway here, which will just bring that in by an extra 3 blocks to connect it all together. And now, on top of this, we'll add an additional layer of light gray concrete. Let me make sure to move all these sea lanterns out of the way. So now we have 2 layers of light gray concrete. On top of all of that, we're going to have a layer of chiseled quartz. And then with the red concrete, right on top of that chiseled quartz, we're just going to add 4 extra layers going up. Alright, so that's looking good. Let's fill in our ceilings, so make sure you have your white concrete. Just line up here at the same layer as the top of the walls, and just add a layer of white concrete to fill in all of the ceilings. And now let's add the crown molding, so make sure you have the dark oak wood stairs. We're just going to go along the top and place these all upside down in the same way that we did it in the garage. Now let's add the little bit of extra detail we're going to have in the ceiling, so make sure you have the stripped dark oak wood. We just want to make sure to leave 3 spaces of white concrete on each side, so we're going to be lined up with this 4th block. You could delete that stair, line up at the other side, delete that stair, and just bring the stripped dark oak wood from one side to the other so it looks like a beam in the ceiling. We'll do the same on this side, so we're going to be lined up with the 4th block, delete that stair, and that one, bring this right along from one side to the other. And now let's add some of the lights, so make sure you have the sea lanterns. We'll also need the spruce trapdoor. And we'll have 1 right there, and 1 right there. We'll cover these up with the trapdoors. We'll do the same on this side. Like that. And then let's go right down the middle, and just maybe add an extra 2 rows right here. So that's all good. Let's delete all these extra lights. So now the kitchen is actually all ready to go, ready to be furnished. Now, we'll head on into the half bathroom right here. So we're going to be using the quartz bricks, the pillar quartz blocks, the light blue concrete, white concrete, spruce trapdoor, sea lanterns, and a stone button. We'll start with the quartz bricks, and we're just going to fill in all the floors. So all of the space that you see in here is just going to be a layer of the quartz bricks. Let's look at the doorway. Make sure you have your pillar quartz block. We'll bring it up by 3 on each side. So just lined up with the other door frame on the other side. The 4th block will be a corner block like that, and then a sideways one. To cover up the corners, we'll have a stone button. And then we actually want to delete this corner here where the kitchen walls are. It's not going to affect it on the other side at all, but it'll actually make this bathroom a little bit bigger, and it just adds a little corner wall here that I thought looked really nice. So now switch to your pillar quartz block and we'll start marking out the walls. So we'll start here in this corner, and you just want to place 2 pillar quartz blocks facing straight up and down, and then right here in this corner. And then you can start right here, and then push it back up into the brick. So this is what it's looking like. We have the door frame here, and right next to it we just have 1 space, and then we have the 1 space in the corner, and then we have the 2 spaces here. And now let's continue bringing this along this side, just up against that corner, and then we'll bring this along this wall. And once you meet up at the window, you just want 1, and then back to the 2. And then we'll fill all this in up until the doorway. So all of this is filled in. On top of it, we're going to switch back to the light blue concrete and just add 5 extra layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it should be at the same height as all of the other walls. So we have all of that filled in, the floors and the walls. So now let's fill in the ceiling. Switch to the white concrete, go at the top layer of the walls that we have here, and just add the white concrete for the ceilings. And then go ahead and grab the smooth quartz stairs, and this will be used as the crown molding. So it'll just be upside down along the top. So just wrap this all around, same way we've done it everywhere else. You meet up at the corner, just bring it out, and around, back out again, and around, and right into there so it all curves together. And now I'm just going to have a sea lantern right around here for a light source. We'll cover it up with the spruce trap door. And now this bathroom is all done and ready to be furnished. So we're going to leave it at that. So far, when you walk into the door, you have the living room area right here. There's going to be a staircase going up here to the 2nd floor. We have the garage. And then this is a half bathroom. So a half bathroom normally just has a toilet and a sink. So that's all we're going to have in here. And then we have a kitchen and the dining room, which is what we're going to do next. And after we do this room, we'll leave it at that here for part 4. I gathered up the blocks we're using here in the dining room. So make sure you have the dark oak wood planks, the jungle wood planks, the brown concrete, the brown terracotta, chiseled quartz blocks, stripped dark oak wood, white concrete, dark oak wood stairs, the dark oak wood slabs. We'll also be using the sea lanterns, but I just couldn't get that within the inventory here. But we'll start by filling in the floors, so make sure you have the dark oak wood planks. We're just going to go all the way along the edge, and just add a layer of the planks. And now once you have that first layer, you just want to go around right up against that and add 1 more layer, so it'll be 2 in total. And now in each corner, you just want to add 1 more block. So you should have a little shape like this in the middle, which is then going to be filled in with the jungle wood planks. So now we have the floors marked out. Make sure to grab the stripped dark oak wood, and we'll mark out the door frame first. So we're just adding an extra layer up against it. Now you want to continue going all the way around with the stripped dark oak wood and just add 2 layers facing straight up and down. So just like how we did it here in the living room. So now we have all of that marked out. We'll then switch to the chiseled quartz block and add a layer on top of that. Now we're going to be going back and forth between the brown concrete and the brown terracotta, the same way that we did it here for the green terracotta and the green concrete. So you just want to make sure to skip over all the corners. So I'll start right here at the right side of this doorway. I'll have 4 of the terracotta and then the brown concrete, just back and forth like this. And then you can see we just want to make sure to skip over the corner. So we have the terracotta here. We just want to jump straight to the brown concrete. You just want to keep doing that until you have it all filled in. And now that all matched up exactly as it should be, looking good. Now let's fill in our ceilings, so make sure to switch to the white concrete. We're just going to go at the top layer of these walls and completely fill it all in. Now I'm going to start marking out the crown molding, but let's just swap out the junglewood planks and grab the sea lantern. We're going to have one in each corner, like this. So it'll be a nice light source. And we're going to be going around the edge of that with the crown molding. It'll add a nice little feature in each corner of the room. So you could go ahead and grab the dark oak wood stairs and just pretty much wrap right around the sea lanterns. Continue this along the same way we've done it everywhere else. We're just following right along and connecting it all together. It looks like this. We'll cover up all those sea lanterns with the dark oak wood slabs. So there we go. Now let's grab the stripped dark oak wood. We're going to have some beams. So you can look right here. We just want to make sure to still see this one block of the white concrete. So we'll start right here. We'll delete that stair. We'll have the beam going from one side to the other. Delete that stair. Connect it all together like that. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure to fix that. And there we go. It looks good. Don't see any lines. And now let's do the same on this side. So where this block is, just bring this right along. And there we go. So now this room is all marked out and it's ready to be furnished. I really like how this one looks. I like how the ceiling looks and the wall pattern. I think this one looks good. So I'm actually going to leave it at that here for part 4. So we did all of the interior layout for the first floor of the house. Okay guys, that's going to be it here for part 4 for this tutorial on how to build this traditional house. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 5.